I know, I didn't do it.
There is nothing funny right now. We got Michelle with us. I got my DNA Nike shirt. She's all dressed up.
Wild hair, don't care.
We're going to talk today about the money matrix. This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt some people's feelings. Do you know why?
Because they weren't being smart.
We're going to give some people the truth from the Millionaire Real Estate Investor. If you want to be a millionaire real estate investor, you should probably get this book. Get the one with the tabs. We make everybody on the team read it. I'm making Michelle read it, and I read it to her as well. All right, the money matrix. Pay attention now. Most people are in the dark about money. They live from paycheck to paycheck in a twilight world with only the dim candle of conventional financial thinking to light the way. As a result, they have a kind of financial short-sightedness that prevents them from distinguishing between good and bad financial decisions. Okay? There's a big difference. It's time to throw some light on the subject and illuminate the way wealthy people think about money. Do you want to know how wealthy people think about money, Michelle?
I would love to know how wealthy people think about money.
Of course you would. I'm going to tell you right now. The most powerful model for understanding the use of money and the building of financial wealth is the money matrix. It tells you the story of how the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Is it true?
Very.
Very true. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer, right? We're going to help some of the poor figure out how to get rich and some of the rich how to get richer. It helps people identify whether they are investors or consumers. So you're either an investor or you're a consumer, and whether their money works for them or they work for money, right? At some point, we all have to work for money.
Right.
But we can make our money work for us, right?
Yep.
The two pyramids in the money matrix, one pointing up and the other pointing down, reflect the contrasting financial priorities of investors and consumers. The essential difference between the two is the importance they place on the four roles of money. Do you know what they are?
The four roles of money? I do not. Why don't you enlighten us?
Number one, capital. Money invested in anything expected to grow in value, right? So if I'm spending on something, is it going to generate more money, or is it going to...
If you're spending on it?
Yeah. Is it capital? Is it something that's going to generate more money? That's what capital is. Cash flow. My phone is blowing up. Okay, Michelle, relax. All right, cash flow. Money generated, so capital, money invested in anything expected to grow in value. Cash flow, money generated from those investments, okay? Cash, money held in a reserve or a security for future investments. And then consumption, money spent on anything not expected to grow in value. I bought this. Is this growing in value?
No. Well,
it might retain its value. But it's not growing. I'm a consumer.
That wasn't a smart investment.
That's a consumption. Let me show this chart to the ladies and gentlemen that's following this channel. So you have this, right? So if you basically start off with capital, meaning you're only saving your money to buy things that are expected to grow in value, what is that going to do, Michelle? It's going to give you, I know she wants the answer, but I'm going to interrupt her. It's going to give you cash flow. You're getting cash now outside of your working income, right? So if you own a building, you get cash flow, right? Yep. Assuming you bought it right. That allows you to build your cash reserves, right?
Yep.
And if you're smart, then you spend a little on consumption, but mostly what you try to do is take that cash, buy more capital, get more cash flow, take the cash, buy more capital, get blah, 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 right? It's a circle. Yeah. Beautiful circle. Beautiful. We'll call that the beautiful circle.
Beautiful circle.
Here's the circle that most people that I grew up with do, and it's a really hard circle to get out of, okay? You start off with consumption, okay? What do you buy?
Clothes.
Yeah. What else,
jewelry,
Michelle?
Flashy car.
Before you can afford it, you just start consuming, right? Then you look at the cash, and you're basically getting your cash and you consume some more, right? You get basically very little to no cash flow, right?
Yeah.
So if you're not working, you don't have a building that's working, your money's not working for you, right? And then you, at the end of a certain time, when you get your head in the game, you decide to want to get capital, money invested in anything expected to grow. But you have so little money because you spent it all on consumption. Now, you can turn it around. What I realized is, Michelle, do you know what I realized?
Enlighten me. What did you realize?
It's really, really hard to turn it around. Do you know why?
Because of habits.
And it's patience. So let me tell you
yeah.
a quick story. I used to live in a building where I rented an apartment for $1,000 a month, right? And the landlord, who had cash flow, right? Because we're all renting from him. I was a consumer, so I was renting, right?
Yep.
And the landlord who had cash flow would say, it's going up another 100. It's going up another 100. It's going up another 100. And the people in the building would get mad and they would move out. But they would move out and they would rent a place that now, instead of theirs was $1,600, instead of $1,600, it's $2,000. So they're happier, but that now they spent more money, right? What did David do? Do you want to know?
I'd love to know.
I know you would.
What did David do?
David waited, and David cried in the small apartment.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, you know the feeling of crying.
Yeah.
Sucks. I'm crying
In a small apartment.
because everybody has a nice new apartment, right?
Yep.
And I got nothing. But what do I have? What is brewing? Cash.
Financial savvy.
Cash in the bank is brewing. I got money. And little old Dave is stacking little old cash.
That's right.
I'm stacking Benjamins somewhere. I'm not going to tell anybody where.
It's all about the Benjamins.
Then what did I end up doing, Michelle? When the opportunity came, I ended up taking my cash flow and buying a property, right? Now I'm paying myself. Then I kept saving money. I took that cash flow and I'm buying another property, right?
Yep.
You, as somebody who owned 4 properties, you know what I'm talking about,
Yep.
right? And then what happens? The people that rented that keep increasing their income, right? They keep increasing their spending, consumption.
Yep.
Bigger, better apartment, bigger, better car, bigger, better whatever. $100 here, $1,000 here, and next thing you know, they don't have enough money to buy any capital. So to break the cycle, you have to stop being a consumer, and then that's basically how that goes. Let's continue on. Investors build their financial lives on capital, while consumers build theirs on consumption. It's little like old Sunday school. Michelle loves Sunday school. About building your house on a rock instead of sinking in the sand. Investors understand that your financial priority has a cascading effect on your financial life. In other words, what you do with your money in the beginning will dictate what you're able to do in the end. And nobody wants to be old and broke, little boys and girls.
True. So true.
It's about your financial priorities, what you actually do when you receive money. While investors see money as an opportunity to invest, consumers see money primarily as an opportunity to spend. Now, we can go on and read more, or you could just get the book. You could comment and say, Dave, this made me think about things a little differently. I know I made Michelle think a lot differently in her career in life since knowing me.
Constantly.
What do you want to say about this capital, cash flow, cash, and consumption lifestyle?
It's right on. It's right on. It's not easy, and you do need to have patience, like you said, and I think that a lot of habits need to be broken. Sometimes we get in that pattern even when we don't realize it, so we have to become aware of our habits.
It's not easy, but anything worth having is not easy.
Exactly.
All right, that's it. That's our final word. Get yourself the book. If you're looking to invest in real estate, we obviously work with 1 million investors, and they all seem to be doing pretty good these days. And if you're looking to stop being a consumer, just Put your money in the bank, don't touch it, let it grow, and then go buy capital.
Words of wisdom.